cleanup. And for New York, as the Orioles take the field, Bobby Richardson leads off at second base. Tony Kubek playing shortstop, batting second. Roger Maris in right field, batting third. Yogi Berra will be in the second ball game, batting fourth and playing left field. In right field will be Johnny Blanchard, batting fifth. Elston Howard doing the catching, batting sixth. At first base, batting seventh, Bill Skowron. Clete Boyer batting eighth, playing third base. And Bud Daly pitching and batting ninth. For the Orioles, Brooks Robinson leads off at third base. Jerry Adair batting second, playing second base. In center field, hitting third, Jackie Brandt. Jim Gentile will be at first base, batting cleanup. Doing the catching and batting fifth, Big Gus Giandos. Earl Robinson in right field, batting sixth. In left field, batting seventh, Dick Williams. Ron Hansen will be batting in the eighth position, playing shortstop. And pitching and batting ninth will be Dick Brown. The umpires for the second ball game, Joe Paparella calling balls and strikes. At first base, Ed Runge. At second base, Frank Umont. And over at third, Charlie Berry. And we're happy to have Armed Forces Radio with us tonight. I was speaking to Jim Kilgallen, the father of Dorothy Kilgallen. And he said he picked up Nell Allen, Red Barber, and I on Armed Forces Radio way down in Montevideo. He took a South American cruise, and in each suite on board ship, they had Armed Forces Radio piped right through, so we were happy to hear that. All right, we're ready to go in the second ball game, and Bobby Richardson leads off. Bobby was 1 for 4 in the first game, had a single his first time up, bounced to short, fouled to the catcher, and reached on an error. Brown ready. His first pitch to Richardson. A ground ball at second base. Adair to his left. Up with it. Throws to Gentile. One away. Brown has won 10 and lost 5, and he's 1-0 against the Yankees this year. Lifetime against New York. 6 wins, 13 defeats. Brings up Tony Kubek. Tony in the first game was 0 for 3. Sacrifice, bounced to third, bounced to short, and reached on an error. First pitch is over, strike called. Well, Hurricane Esther has held off. We had one sudden downpour about the 6th inning, but then that stopped, and right now it doesn't look too bad. Knuckleball gets away from Giandos back to the screen, 1-1. Right now the temperature is 69 degrees, humidity 87%. And the wind is northeast and only 10 to 18 miles per hour. But it's expected to get to 30 and 40 miles per hour after midnight. So let's hope that that forecast holds up. If it doesn't, we'll get on Joe Cooper, because he's the one that wrote it out. Pitch to Kubek, fouled and coming back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe, being that Winston is the sponsor for the first half of this game, how about flipping me a Winston out, boy? One ball, 2 strikes on Kubek. On deck, Roger Maris. The right-hander ready. His knuckleball is hit out in the left field, coming on fast Williams, and he makes a diving catch. A beautiful diving, sliding catch by Dick Williams. He came running in and took a desperate chance. If he had missed that ball, it could have been an inside the park homer. Nobody was backing him up, but he makes a sensational play in short left field. 2 ways. And here's Roger Maris. Roger in the first game was 0 for 3. He walked, hopped to first, bounced to first, and fly to right. Brown's pitch is fouled way back in the upper deck and right field foul. The wind has been blowing straight in from right field. And it's going to be tough to hit one out unless you get it right down the line. The 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He changed up on Rod, and he was way out in front. strike delivery. A knuckleball gets away from Triandos. Ball one. Gus has enough trouble holding Hoyt Wilhelm, and it looks like the weather conditions are excellent for Skinny Brown's knuckleball tonight. So Big Gus is not using the big glove for Skinny Brown as he does for Wilhelm. He's using the regular catcher's glove. Pitch to Maris, a foul back off the screen. Still 1-2 on Roger. On deck, Yogi Berra. Maris is batting .271. 58 homers, 138 RBIs. And counting this game, Roger has only 2 games left for the 154-game schedule. Foul tip off the umpire's chest protector. Joe Paparella calling balls and strikes. The Orioles behind young Steve Barber shut out the Yankees in the first game, 1-0. They scored a run in the first inning, and it held up all the way through the ball game. Barber's 8th shutout of the year, tops in both major leagues. Knuckleball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And so the Yankees cannot clinch the pennant tonight. Even if they win this ball game, they still need another win or another Detroit loss. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul back in the upper deck. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Popped in the air. Foul coming near the stands. Triandos and Gentile, and Gentile gets it one-handed right in front of the Yankee dugout. So Skinny Brown sets the Yankees down in order in the top of the first, 0 across at the end of 1/2 inning. The Yankees 0 and the Orioles coming to bat. Now we'll pause for station identification.
Yankee baseball coming to you over quality modern radio for the Capital District. WOKO 1460 on the dial. Albany, New York.
This has been a big night here in Baltimore. We have more newspaper men, photographers, people around. Even Ducky Cassette came down to watch the ball game from New York. That means it's a real big night. Here's Brooks Robinson leading off. Bud Daly's first pitch is a base hit out to left field. He hit it between third and short. Yogi's up with it. And Robinson, who started off the first game with a single, starts the second game off with a base hit to left field. Bud Daly is on the mound for the Yankees. He's won 11 and lost 17, and he's 2-2 against Baltimore this year. 10-9 lifetime. Robinson was up there batting .285. Jerry Adair, who had 3 base hits in that first game, a double and 2 singles, and drove in the only run of the game, is up there now, right-hand hitting second baseman. Stretched by Daly. Pitch to Adair. Strike on the outside corner. Daly sets. Outside, 1-1. Yankees have Berra in left, Maris in center, and Blanchard in right. Here's the stretch. Pitch is hit high in the air to left center field. Maris going way back, turns now under it and makes the catch in deep left center. That's one away. Brings up Jackie Brandt. Batting .307. Brandt was 0 for 2 in the first game. Struck out, walked twice, and bounced to third. No score in the bottom of the first inning. Skowron holding first against Brooks Robinson. Stretch by Daly. The pitch is a curve over, strike one call. Daly's next pitch outside, 1-1. Robinson with a short lead off first. 1-1 count on Jackie Brandt. Pitch is right in there. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, here's the stretch. Pitch is strike 3 called. He got the fastball by him. First strikeout for Daly. Brings up Jim Gentile, the first baseman. Gentile batting .307. Was 0 for 3 in the first game. Walked line to right, struck out twice. Brooks Robinson at first base. Pitch to Gentile. Curve outside. Ball 1. On deck, Gus Triandos. 1-0 pitch. A curve inside this time. Ball 2. 2-0. Even though that first ball game was just a 1-0 game, it still took over 2.5 hours. Fastball swung at him, missed, strike 1, 2-1. No score, bottom of the first. Throw to first, Robinson's back. Again, Daly set. His curve is foul tipped off the glove of Howard. 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stretch by Daly. Fastball foul, back off the upper deck, bound on the field. Ford was trying for his 25th win in the first game. Ford didn't get it. There's the pitch high inside, almost a wild pitch. Full count on Gentile, 3-2. And now with 2 out, Robinson will be off with the pitch. Ready for the payoff pitch. It's a current strike three swinging. Second strikeout for Daly. And for Baltimore in the bottom of the first, no runs, one hit, no Yankee errors, one man left. At the end of one full inning, it's Yankees nothing and the Orioles nothing. And for the Yankees, leading off in the top of the second, Yogi Berra. Yogi did not play in the first game. He's batting .269. To Yogi, a foul off the umpire's chest protector, strike one. Knuckleball hit on the ground, one hop to Gentile. He races to the bag for the unassisted putout. One away. Here's Johnny Blanchard. John batting .306. 8 doubles, 1 triple, 20 homers, and 49 RBIs. No score, top of the second. On deck, Elston Howard. Brown's pitch to Blanchard. A foul back of the plate, strike one. Knuckleball hit to the left of the mound. Brown up with it. Flips underhand to Gentile for the out. 2 away. It brings up Elston Howard. Howard batting .360. 16 doubles, 5 triples, 20 homers, 75 RBIs. In the first game, Ellie was 1 for 3. Single and a walk. Pitch to Howard. Foul off the end of the bat, strike one. On deck, Bill Scarron. 2 out, nobody on. There's a knuckleball foul coming back out of play. Nothing in 2 on Howard. Strike pitch outside, ball 1. Brown comes back with a curve in the dirt, ball 2, 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. A line drive up the middle, a base hit. Jackie Brandt up with it, and Howard has the first hit off Skinny Brown. A line single to center field. Brings up Bill Scarron. The Moose batting .268, 23 doubles, 3 triples, 26 homers, 86 RBIs. Was 1 for 4 in the first game. He singled his last time at bat in the 9th inning. Pitch to Moose. Outside, ball 1. Clete Boyer on deck. The 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 1 at a curveball. 1-1. Leading off first. Quick throw over there, Ellie's back. Skowron asked for time at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A curve. Base hit by the diving Brooks Robinson at third. Howard rounds the bag, holds on. A bullet hit past the third baseman in the left field by Skowron. With 2 out, the Yankees come up with back-to-back singles by Howard and Skowron. Here's Clete Boyer. Boyer batting .225. 18 doubles, 5 triples, 11 homers, 55 RBI. In the first game, Boyer was 1 for 4, had a single in the 4th inning. Yankees had only 4 base hits in that first game. Pitch to Boyer, low, ball 1. And 3 of them are involved right now. Howard at second, Skowron at first, Boyer the batter. Each had a base hit in the first game. Bobby Richardson had the other one. 1-0 pitch, curve over, strike called, 1-1. Mickey Mantle did not start the first game. He pinch hit in the 9th inning. Struck out. He did not start the second ball game. It was a very bad cold. Knuckleball foul back off the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First, Howard at second, 2 out. No score, top of the second. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Boyer. Here's the stretch. Knuckleball, line, foul down the left field line. Hicks off the wall, right to Dick Williams in left field. It was a high knuckleball, evidently didn't do too much. Boyer got good wood on it. Again, the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Ground ball hit to third. Brooks Robinson up with it. Throws to first in time for the out. For the Yankees in the top of the second, no runs, 2 hits, no Oriole errors, 2 men left. At the end of an inning and a half, Yankees nothing and the Orioles nothing. Inning, Gus Triandos will lead off. Gus did not play in the first game. He's batting .255. 21 doubles, 17 homers, 63 runs batted in. Bud Daly out on the mound. His pitch is a curve low inside, ball 1. On deck, Earl Robinson. Daly's fastball is popped in the air to center. Roger Maris is coming in. Still coming in. And makes the catch right between Richardson and Kubek. Boy, that wind is something tonight. Brings up Earl Robinson, the right fielder. Batting .258. 10 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, 28 RBIs. In the first game, Robinson was 1 for 4. He had a triple in the 6th inning. Pitch to Robinson. Hits his bat as he tries to duck out of the way. Strike 1. Right-hand hitter. Curve bunted, but it's right back to the box. Daly in, up with it. Wheels, throws to first in time for the out. If he had dropped that any place but back to the pitcher, he'd have had a base hit, but it went right back to the box. 2 out, here's Dick Williams. Dick batting .207, 15 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, 22 RBIs. Williams was 0 for 3 in the first game. Right-hand hitter. 2 out, nobody on. No score. Pitch to Williams, strike call. Curve pops foul. Boyer chasing it, is drifting near the stands and goes back in out of play. On deck, Ron Hansen, the shortstop. Nothing in 2 on Williams. 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Bud Daly in 2 innings. Nothing across for Baltimore in the bottom of the second, and at the end of 2, Yankees nothing and Baltimore nothing. Detroit beat Los Angeles 6-2 this afternoon. Boston at Chicago 0-0 at the end of 1. In the National League, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. The Pirates failed to score on the top of the first. Philadelphia at St. Louis just getting underway. The Giants beat Milwaukee 11-10, and Chicago at Los Angeles not started. For the Yankees, Bud Daly will be leading off here in the top of the third. Daly batting .103, has 1 double, 2 runs batted in. He's 6 for 58. So the Yankees have not scored in 11 innings here at Memorial Stadium tonight. They were shut out in the first game. Failed to score in the first 2 here in the second game. Williams playing way over near the left field foul line on Daly. The pitch to Bud is a ground ball to second. Adair has it. Throws to Gentile, and it's 1 away. Brings up Bobby Richardson. Bobby bounced to second base in the first inning. On deck, Tony Kubek. Pitch to Bobby is low and away, ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Curve foul back in the upper deck. One and 1. Pitch is fouled back just below it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup. Knuckleball inside, 2-2. Pitch. Outside, ball 3. Full count on Richardson. Now the payoff pitch. A line drive to right center field. Grant digging hard, going hard, and makes the catch. A nice running catch by Jackie Brandt. It looked like that ball was going to be between center and right for extra bases. That's 2 away, and here's Tony Kubek, who was robbed of an extra base hit on a diving, sliding catch by Dick Williams in the first inning. Roger Maris moving on deck, and so are the photographers. Pitch to Kubek, low, ball one. Brown has exceptional control, by the way. Walks very few men. Pitch to Kubek is a ground ball in the hole and out to right field, a base hit. Well, that's what Kubek did in Detroit with 2 out. He singled, and then Maris hit his 58th. Now let's see if history will repeat itself. Maris popped up to first base in the first inning. Raj was 0 for 3 in the first game, got a base on balls. Skinny Brown has only walked 32 men in 152 innings of pitching. No score on the top of the third. Here's the stretch. Knuckleball over, strike one call. Again, Brown sets. Another knuckler. This one's outside, 1-1. Ready for the 1-1 delivery. High, ball 2, 2-1. Deck, Yogi Berra. Pitch. It's popped foul, but drifting near the Baltimore dugout. And Robinson can't get it. It goes in the dugout. He couldn't quite reach it. 2-2. The wind blows everything hit to the left of third base, back towards the stands. 2-2 count with 2 out. No score, top of the third. Kubek at first. Here's the stretch. Pitches a ground ball at short. Hansen to Gentile. Not in time. He beat it out for a base hit. Hansen loafed a little bit on that ball. Thought he had an easy play, but when he saw Maris hustling, he tried to rush the throw. Was not in time. An infield single for Roger Maris. The 4th hit off Skinny Brown, and here's Yogi Berra, who bounced out to first base in the 2nd inning. 2 out and 2 on. Well, that's Maris' first base hit tonight. Not close to a home run. Pitch to Yogi. Knuckleball line to right field. There's a base hit. And Robinson bobbles the ball. He was ready to make a quick throw to the plate, and it might have been close, but he bobbled the ball. There will not be an error. A line single to right by Yogi, and the Yankees finally break the ice here in Memorial Stadium. Kubek scores, and New York leads 1-0. And that's the 5th hit off Skinny Brown. Brings up Johnny Blanchard, who hit back to the box in the 2nd inning. With 2 out, the Yankees came up with 3 consecutive singles. Pitch to Blanchard is popped in the air in back of the plate. Gianna's coming back near the stands and makes the catch just in front of the box seat. But the Yankees come up with 1 run on 3 hits. No Baltimore errors. 2 men left at the end of 2 1/2. It's the Yankees 1 and the Orioles nothing. All right, the Yankees lead 1-0 now at the end of 2 1/2. And for Baltimore, it'll be Hansen, Brown, and Brooks Robinson to face Bud Daly. Batting .241. Swings and fouls the first pitch, back strike 1. 10 doubles, 2 triples, 11 homers, 50 RBI. In the first game, Hansen was 0 for 4. Bounce to the shortstop 3 times and fly to right. A drive to deep left field, way back there. And in the seats for a home run for Ron Hansen. Ron Hansen hits his 12th home of the year, and he really had to hit it tonight to get it through that wind. Yogi went back to the wall, but it went back about 2 rows in the left field seats, and the ball game's tied 1-1. That'll bring up Skinny Brown. Brown batting 133, 1 double, 1 run batted in. He's 6 for 45, a right-hand hitter. Bailey's pitch is outside, ball 1. Back in the upper deck. 1-1. Curveball is on the outside corner, strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low this time, ball 2, 2-2. Pitch. Strike 3 call. Got the fastball by him, just above the knees. Strikeout number 4 for Daly. Skinny Brown having a little talk with Joe Paparella. Got the fans a little excited. 1 away. Here's Brooks Robinson, who single to left in the first inning. A 1-1 ball game. Baltimore won the first game 1-0. Sometimes runs are really scarce. Robinson pops the pitch up. Gowan is moving under it in foul territory now and takes it for the second out. 2 away. Here's Jerry Adair, fly to center field in the first inning. Pitch to Adair outside, ball 1. Curveball is over, strike 1-1. Left-hander Bud Daly comes back with a fastball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Jackie Grant. There's a foul coming back in the stands out of play. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bud Daly ready. Curve is hit deep to left field. Curving though. And foul. Deep in the left field corner. Just missed hitting the foul pole. Daly tried to throw a high curveball, but it just hung right up in Adair's eyes. He got good wood on it. Out, nobody on. 1-1 the score. Fastball is high and the count's even at 2-2. Here's Daly's 2-2 pitch. A curve line to right center field. Blanchard digging to his right under it and makes the catch. Johnny got a nice jump on that ball. For the Orioles in the bottom of the third, 1 run on 1 hit, the homer by Hanson. No Yankee errors, nobody left at the end of 3. Yankees 1, Baltimore 1, and we pause for station identification. Here's Elston Howard, who singled to center field in the second inning. Brown's pitch to Howard is a base hit up the middle. 2 line drives by Howard up the middle. And that's 6 hits off Skinny Brown, though the Yankees had scored only 1 run. Here's Skowron, who's singled to left field in the second. On deck, Clete Boyer. Pitch to the Moose is low, ball 1. Next pitch is hit deep to left center field, way back there. And that ball is way over the fence. A home run by Bill Skowron, a deep left center field. Boy, he pouted that one. Skowron's 27th home run of the year. That's his major league high, 27. And the Yankees now lead 3-1. Boy, that ball was really tagged. Here's Clete Boyer, bounced to third in the second inning. Boyer takes a knuckleball, high, ball 1. Billy Hess, the left-hander, gets up in the Baltimore bullpen. Pitch to Clete is outside. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 pitch is fouled. Back on the screen, out of play. There's another foul off the screen. 2-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the fourth. New York leads 3-1. Curve in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch to Boyer. Foul back off the screen this time. Count holds at 3-2. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Low, ball 4. First walk given up by Brown. Going to bring up Bud Daly, who bounced to second base in the third inning. The Oriole infield now looking for the sacrifice. Joe Paparella trying to get the boys to hustle it up a little bit. He knows that bad weather is expected. He wants to get this ball game in all the way if he possibly can. Pitch to Daly is taken inside, ball one. Bud had squared around a bunt. Pitch is bunted back to the box. Brown starts the second, throws to first. Sacrifice from the pitcher to the second baseman covering, 1-4. Boyer moves to second. Pitch to Daly is taken inside, ball one. Bud had squared around a bunt. Is bunted back to the box. Brown starts the second, throws to first. Sacrifice from the pitcher to the second baseman covering, 1-4. Boyer moves to second. Brings up Richardson, bounce to second, and slide to deep right center. One away. Boyer leads off second. Pitch to Bobby. The ground ball is short. Hansen goes to first base. It's high, but he's safe. Gentile tagged Richardson, but on the bag. Ed Runge called him safe at first base. The throw was high. And Hansen is charged with an error on the throw. Gentile leaped high, came down to tag Richardson. But Runge said that Bobby was across the bag. So it's one out, and here's Kubek. Tony fly to left field, single to right field. He scored once. Infield and double play depth. The stretch. Pitch to Kubek. High, ball one. On deck, Roger Maris. Ball 2-0. Fastball is low. Ball 3-0. Definitely not Skinny Brown's night tonight. Nothing pitch. Right in there. Strike call. 3-1. All right, ready for the 3-1 pitch. High foul down the right field line. Actually, it's not foul. It's a fair ball inside the line. Here's the catch, and here's the throw to the plate. And Boyer holds at third base. He started in and then held up. As Robinson played the ball very well, he started back, then caught it as he charged in. Richardson tagged up and went to second. But Boyer, who started in, suddenly held up and went back to third. And now Harry Brackeen is coming out to talk with Skinny Brown. With Roger Maris, the batter. 2 outs. Richardson at second, Boyer at third. Roger popped to first and beat out an infield single. Still with 58 home runs. It didn't get any in the first game or so far in this game. sure they're not going to walk Roger Maris on purpose and pitch to Berra. Gus Trianos is looking into the dugout to see if they want to put him on intentionally. Gus still looking in the dugout, but they got Yogi coming up next. They're going to pitch to Rogers. 2 out and 2 on. Here's the windup. The pitch is a ground ball to third. Robinson's throw to Gentile in time to get Maris. For the Yankees in the top of the fourth, 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 Baltimore error, 2 men left. At the end of 3 1/2, it's the Yankees 3 and the Orioles 1. Jackie Brandt leads off for Baltimore as they trail 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Brandt called out on strikes in the first inning. Bud Daly ready on the mound for the Yankees. His windup and pitch is a fly ball to short right field. Richardson bats, Blanchard in, and Blanchard makes the catch. One away, here's Gentile, who struck out in the first inning. Matter of fact, Gentile has struck out his last 3 times at bat, twice against Whitey Ford, and now once against Bud Daly. He has trouble with left-hand pitchers, but he murders those right-hand pitchers. Pitch to Gentile, foul back, strike 1. Fastball is inside, 1-1. Daly starts the windup, stops, checks the sign again. Now he's ready. Curve hit on the ground at second base. Richardson up with it. Goes to Skowron. That's 2 away. Two out, and here's Gus Trianos, fly to center field in the second inning. Pitch to Gus. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Boy, he had some cut at that one. Strike 2 called. 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Strike 3 called. That's all for Trianos. Nothing across for Baltimore in the bottom of the fourth. And at the end of 4, it's the Yankees 3 and the Orioles 1. And now right now, I'd like to mention that the second half of this ball game is being brought to you by Ballantine Ale. Bolder, Tina, more to the point. Brewed from Ballantine's own Costria Ale formula. Try Ballantine Ale soon. It's the Ale Man's Ale. Here, Mr. Rizzuto has gone over in the TV department. The old chopper sitting in with you folks. And it's a 3-1 ball game in favor of the Yankees as we move into the 5th inning. Ferrer to be first up. Al Brown out on the mound. The Yankees lost the first one, a tough one to Steve Barber, 1-0. Second time he shut them out this year. They're driving to cut the number down to 1. First pitch is on the outside to Yogi. As you know, if they win this second one, they will mathematically clinch nothing worse than a tie and need only one game, either a win for themselves or a Detroit loss, to wrap it up beyond for adventure. Pitch high outside, ball 2. Yogi in singling in the third inning knocked in the first run and got his 100th hit of the year. Just keeps right on rolling. Strike 1. Over the inside, just above the knees. Two-one pitch, swung on, fouled in the left field seat. 2-2. Al Brown, who has won 10, lost 5, beaten the Yankees once this year, shutout, on the mound. Triandos, back in action again after a broken hand, is catching. 2-2 pitch, strike 3. Yogi reached for a let-up on the outside. Struck out. First strikeout for Brown. Now we have John Blanchard playing right field in the second game. Yogi's in left. Rick Hall, a tall right-hander, is in the bullpen now for Baltimore. Billy Heft was in there last inning. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. One down, nobody on. Brown deals, and Blanchard swinging, hits the ball right to right fielder Earl Roberts. Line drive. Now we have 2 away. Baltimore infield is Gentile at first. Adair at second. Hanson got it to the Baltimore run with a homer at short. Brooks Robinson down at third. There's Howard, 2 for 2, taking a slow curve for a strike. Foul back. Strike 2. Howard's had 3 hits tonight. The Baltimore outfield is Dick Williams in left, Jack Brandt in center, Earl Robinson. He just took the line drive away from Blanchard, is in right. Howard just set, take the curve, go outside, ball 1. Joe Paparella's back at the plate. Ed Runge at first, Frank Humart at second, and Charlie Berry is at third. Petty coaching at third, Moses at first. As the ground ball hit into the hole at short. Hanson up with it. The long throw is loose and into the Yankee dugout. Bounces back. Howard is waved on the ground rules down to second base. That long throw was very close. And let's see how it is scored. I think it is ruled an error on the shortstop. That's what it is. So wait a minute. Here's the move. That's an error on the shortstop. Curveball swung on and missed. Gowan hit the home run with one on his last trip. Discrepancy around here because the figures on the scoreboard show the Yankees with 8 hits, and I could only count 7. I think they flashed an 8 and then put up the error sign, and they haven't put it back to 7. So just working both sides of the street. Moves up there, ball on the strike. He's got his 27th home run. Swings a line foul outside third down the left field corner. Short at second. Curve, strike three. Does him in. So, the score at the end of 4.5 innings of the second game remains the Yankees 3 and the Orioles 1. Half of the fifth inning, Robertson first up. Now we've got it straightened out. They credited Howard with a single to short, and when he went on to second base on the throw, which got loose, that's where the error was charged. So the Yankees have 3 runs, 8 hits for no errors, and the Orioles 1 run, 2 hits for 2 errors, and Howard is 3 for 3. Robinson cuts to the high curve, strike one. Bud Daly pitching with his 3-1 lead. Howard catching both ends of it tonight. The left-handed deals, low inside to the knees, ball one. Scout at first, Richardson at second, Kubek at short, Boyer at third. Barra is out in left field. Mantle has a heavy cold and isn't playing. Maris is in center. Right fielder is Johnny Blanchard. Pitch high inside, ball two, 2-1. First batter, last to the fifth. There's the ball lined over short into left center field. It's a clean base hit for Earl Robinson. Burrows throws into second. Single to left center. Third hit off Daly. The batter coming up is Dick Williams. And I see that Billy Huff, the veteran left-hander, is up again in the Baltimore bullpen. They can project a rally down through 2 more hitters, they would hit for Brown. Outfield is straight away. Daly deals and has a ground ball hit for short. Kubek is up with it over to Richardson on to first base. Not in time at first. Fourth play at second. The ball was not hit too sharply. Hanson, who hit the home run on the first pitch of the third inning. Jimmy Adair coaching at first base for Baltimore. Luman Harris is the third base coach and acting as manager for the rest of this year. Outfield round toward the left on Hanson. He's a very tall fellow, right-hand hitter. Takes a fastball wide, ball one. End of 3 innings, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. It is no score. A high foul out of play, back to first base. 1-1. Outside of one shower late in the first game, we have not had the rain that was forecast. Of course, with this sort of a weather pattern, you don't know what will happen. One pitch, inside and low. Breaking ball. Ball two. Daly, a left-hander. Hanson, a right-hand hitter. The paid attendance is 31,317. They had expected a minimum of 40. I think the weather forecast cost them at least 10. Pitch low outside. Ball three. Some opinions around the hotel had known that wouldn't even get started tonight if the weather reports at that time had held up. 3-1 pitch swung on. There's a fly ball back into right field. Blanchard moving under it. He has it. They have 2 down. Of course, there's one thing we ought to say about the weather forecast. The forecasters can only forecast the weather as it is now and as they see it. The weather, especially when you get into hurricanes and these major ones, they have a way of changing every minute. Slowing up, speeding up, going this way, going that way. Now, let's see. Here's Pitcher Brown coming up to hit for himself, and so the Baltimore bullpen stopped working. Hal Brown. Tallish, bony fella. Why has the nickname of Skinny. Runner at first, 2 out. Brown cuts at a knuckleball. Strike 1. Yankees leading 3-1 after dropping the first game 1-0. Detroit won this afternoon 6-2. Ball, strike 2. Fastball buzzed in over the outside. Brown looks at the third strike in the third inning. He didn't relish the call. Low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 call. He gave him a little flatter on the outside for the second straight time. Got him to look at the third one. No run, 1 hit. The 6 strikeouts for Daly. And the second game is official. End of 5 innings. It is 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for New York. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Baltimore. And now we'll pause for station identification.
At 1460 on the radio dial, this is WOKO Albany. Quality modern broadcasting for the Capital District.
At the end of 8 innings, Minnesota at Washington, it is 3-1 in favor of Minnesota. First game of a tri-nighter at Cleveland. Archer pitched a shutout for Kansas City, 6-0. Second game end of 5, it is Cleveland 4, Kansas City 1. This afternoon, Detroit beat Los Angeles 6-2. At the end of 4 innings, it's the White Sox 3 and the Red Sox nothing. National League, the big one over there at the end of 3, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati scoreless. Friends going against 0-2. End of 4, Philadelphia, St. Louis, no score. This afternoon, San Francisco 11, Milwaukee 10. And the Cubs play the Dodgers at Los Angeles later this evening. This game is 3-1 in favor of the Yankees, and first up is Boyer. Hits the first pitch, a high fly ball into very short left. Let's see, here's the left fielder coming over, Williams, and the ball goes in the seats amongst the customers. A long strike. Start matters off, inning 6. You just tuned in. Maris has had an infield single. That's all for the night. Mantle isn't playing. He's out with a heavy cold. Boyer swings, fouls another one off. Puts him back in the stands quickly. Down the Yankee bullpen, and that looks like Tex Clevenger warming up. Jim Hegan is warming him up. There's a ground ball hit to the right side. Second baseman Adair up over to first, and Boyer's out. House is playing his 3 catches. Howard back at the plate, Bell on left, and Blanchard in right. One away, start of the 6th. And we have pitcher Daly. He got a 2-run margin in the 4th inning when Howard singled and Skowron homered. With
every time the Yankees hit a home run, they are adding to the record they've set this year. There's a high fly ball into left field. Left fielder Williams under it easily. Has it. 2 out. Now, Scarlett's home run was home run number 229. The record that the Yankees broke, 221. Major league record. Bobby Richardson, 0 for 3. Takes high outside, ball 1. Veteran right-hander working very smoothly. Al Brown. The ball is hit toward the right field corner. Robinson comes over. Let's see, makes a nice catch of it. They couldn't see where they held it now because they ran out of sight back of where some of the stands got out. Umpire put up that right hand, so catch in the right field corner, and it's nothing across in the top of the 6th. 4 into 5.5. Yankees 3, Orioles 1.
Crisp, a beer must be icily light. The crisp refresher is icily light. With true lager flavor, precisely right. The crisp refresher, precisely right. Lively golden, crystally clear. The crisp refresher, Valentine beer.
With your first swallow and everyone to follow, today's Valentine delivers a sunny, mellow taste that really refreshes. Since people know quality when they taste it, over 5 million glasses of Valentine beer are enjoyed every day.
So clap your hands, tap your feet, snap your fingers. And that's the man for Valentine. The crisp refresher. Valentine beer.
Since 1840,
America's finest.
Robinson, first up, last of the 6th inning. The Yankees leading here at Baltimore 3-1. He's 1 for 2. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. Daly's right back over for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robinson has the most hits. He's a ball club, 179. There is a line drive for hit number 180, and he bounces off the left field wall. And Burroughs throwing in at second base. And Brooks comes in for the slide, and he's safe. Burroughs made a fine throw, and he just beat it. A double to left. 35th double. So we got the tying run to the plate. 3-1 ball game in New York, and here is Gary Adair. He's 0 for 2 in the second. Clevenger remains working in the Yankee bullpen. Pitch is breaking ball on the outside, ball 1. Now let's see, Clevenger is joined. I think that's Jim Coates. There's the ball hit foul out of play, back to first, 1-1. So we have 2 right-handers going. Clevenger, who's already ready, and Coates, who's just starting. How can the Yankees want this game very, very badly? They want to get all questions answered. And they can start getting the team ready for the World Series. There's a foul back. Strike 2. The Orioles lead the Yankees on the season series 7 games to 6 right now. Only team in the league that has an edge on them. But Baltimore 3.5 games back of Detroit. If there'll be 4 if they lose the second one, or 3 if they win it. The ground ball hits the short. Boyer intercepts, throws over to first, and has to get off the bag, take the ball, and make the tag on the shoulder of the runner. Robinson, with the ball hit ahead of him, had to stay put at second base. Now we have Jack Brandt, who has not had a hit tonight. And he's the fellow who does a lot of hitting for the Orioles. Howard goes out to the mound to talk to Daly. Right-hand batter looks at a low curve. Ball one. Yankees leading 3-1. Brooks Robinson at second base, one out. In the left, the sixth. The left-hander delivers high outside, ball two. Two and out. Slowing down his tempo right now. Work. Strike. 2 and 1. Bud throws the knuckleball, but he can't throw it too frequently. Because the way he throws it, he grips it with his fingernail. Make it sore. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, a ground ball down to short. Kubek, the runner is held at second, the throw to first. In time to get Bryant. So 2 men are down since Robinson opened the 6th inning with a double. And here is Jim Gentile, who's had a tough night. He's had a great year. But against Whitey Ford in the first game, he walked, fly ball to right, and struck out twice. And the second time he struck out, he left 3 on, ending the inning. Now against Daly, he's struck out once and grounded the second. Big, long-legged left-hand hitter. Daly steps off the rubber, and Howard goes out the mound. Apparently there's confusion over the battery sign. When you have a runner at second base, you can't use the simple side. You've got to go to some sort of a sequence. Howard is out there reminding Daly what they are. Wind has picked up a little bit in the last few moments. Also, there's been a slight drop. You can feel it in the temperature. And a very high humidity pattern in the last 2 hours. Pitch is breaking ball low outside. Ball one. Coach is really firing in the bullpen now. He's working along with Clevenger. Daly, ready. Deals. Just inside, a quick curve, ball 2. 2-0. Daly standing at the back of the mound, thinking things through. Gentile is a very formidable threat up there. 43 homers. Oh, the bluff throw back to second base. Two-nothing pitch. Low outside, ball 3. Gus Triandos, the big right-hand hitting catcher, waiting on deck. 3-0. Not too deep around toward right. Gentile is very much a full hitter. Nothing pitch is a strike. Just throw it right down there. Gentile is taking. They don't often put the take on a hitter like this. The general rule, you can see a fellow hitting fourth in the batting order regularly. He goes up there to hit as he plays it. 3-1 pitch is swung on the line in the right field. It is a foul ball down in the right field corner, just foul. He pulled it a foot or so too much. Field. Brooks Robinson returns to second to take his lead. Go again. 3-2 count. Runner at second. 2 out. The pitch is swung on, fouled off. So everything is as it was. Left-hander work. Gentile strikes out at a soft curveball. So, Brooks opened up with a double and never got off second base. That's 7 strikeouts for Bailey. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And at the end of 6 in the second game, it is 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for New York. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors for Baltimore. Scarrett followed a single. One of the 3 hits that Howard has with a home run to put the Yankees ahead 3-1. Well, let's see what we can find now some of the other places. They're in the last half of the 9th inning in Washington with Minnesota at back of Cott leading 3-1. Kansas City took the first tonight at Cleveland 6-0 back of Archer. And in the last of the 6, it is Cleveland 4, Kansas City 2. Detroit beat Los Angeles this afternoon 6-2. At the end of 4.5 innings, the White Sox 3, the Red Sox 1. In the big game of the National League, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, Friend pitching for the Pirates, O'Toole for the Reds. It's no score at the end of 3. But I know that it's been a long time with the 3rd inning in since we've had the half-inning score for the 4th. At the end of 4.5 innings, Philadelphia, St. Louis, scoreless. San Francisco beat Milwaukee 11-10, and Chicago is out at Los Angeles for the other one. All right, 3-1 favor the Yankees. Here's Tony Kubek, who is 1-for-3. With 2 down in the 3rd inning, let's see, he fouls this with off against Al Brown. He singles. Marriage beat out an infield hit, his only hit of the doubleheader. And then Barrett singled to get in the first Yankee run. Howard opened the 4th with a single and Scour homered. That accounts for the 3. Hanson has homered for Baltimore for its run. First game was won, and back of the crack Baltimore left-hander Steve Barber 1-0 to beat Whitey Ford. Also saw to it that the Yankees couldn't clinch it today. 2-strike pitch, grounded foul by a foot outside first base. Still 2 strikes. Graceful right-hander, veteran, delivers, and Tony pops it up. It's a foul ball. Let's see. Catches Triando's coming over and can't get it. He had to stop for the rail. Just missed the ball off the end of his mitt. So it's still 2 strikes. Brown ready. Triando's back of the plate, kneels down on his right knee. The pitch is a curve, fouled off. That was a sharp foul that went through the first base coach's box and almost hit a photographer. They allow photographers on the field, and of course that's pretty hazardous. Tony swings as a ground ball right to first baseman Gentile. Fair ground, steps on the bag for the unassisted putout, and now we have Maris. This has been a long night for Roger. There was one photographer out on the field for Truback. Now let's see. There are 4 that move out there. As Maris steps in. He has been under inordinate pressures the last few days. He hasn't been able to call a minute of his time his own. Well, there he stands. He's got the 58 salted down. Takes high outside, ball 1. Strike. Quick serve on the outside. Waist high. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Triando signs for the pitch. Maris with that trim stance. Takes low outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Delivers. Roger swinging late, fouls it off. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander pitches. Roger swings. There's a drive deep. It is foul. He had it all but direction. Pulled it too much. He didn't pull it about too much, but enough. Roger knew it. He never got out of batter's box. All right, the 2-2 pitch again. High outside, ball 3. 3-2. That ball jumped out of here. Well, he's wearing a 9. The question is, can he put a 5 in front of it? Swings, and it's a fly ball to right center field that will be caught by the center fielder, Brent. Well, Roger just missed it. Now we have Berra, who is 1 for 3. His single in the 3rd inning was his 100th hit of the year. Knocked in their first to the Yankees 3 runs. They're leading 3-1. Ready. Pitch. High outside. Ball 1. Ball strike. On the outside. It's above the knees. 1-1. Yogi fisting with Triando. Paparella. 1-1 delivery, swung on. There is a ball hit into short right field. In for a base hit. So that's Yogi's second tonight. 2 for 4. It's number 9 for the Yankees. And the batter is Blanchard. 0 for 3. Not feel very much toward right. Right-hander Brown deals and back. He swings, hits the ball right to right fielder Earl Robinson. Wait a minute. The ball sinks right in the ground ahead of him, and it's a base hit. Frank Umont ran out. He was closest to it. Berra stops at second base. Field ready. Pitch. High outside. Ball one. Ball strike. On the outside, it's over the knees, 1-1. Yogi visiting with Triandos. Caparella. 1-1 delivery. Swung on. There is a ball hit into short right field. It's in for a base hit. So that's Yogi's second tonight. 2 for 4. It's number 9 for the Yankees. And the batter is Blanchard. 0 for 3. Outfield very much toward right. Right-hander Brown deals, and Blanchard swings, hits the ball right to right fielder Earl Robinson. Wait a minute. The ball sinks right in the ground ahead of him, and it's a base hit. Frank Umont ran out. He was closest to it. Berra stops at second base. Earl was trying to claim that he had caught the ball, but the ball sank. Umont says no, so it's a base hit. Runners at first and second. 10 hits to New Yorker Brown. And here is Howard, who has gone 3 for 3, and he had 1 in the first game. He's hitting right about 365. He will not have enough plate appearances to qualify him as batting champion should he have the most points. I know they test the scoring rules. Very unlikely you'll see a catcher ever again be a batting champion. Serves one on and net. Maybe they'll have to figure out a separate department for him, like they did for pitchers and catchers on battery errors. After all, a pitcher throws so many pitches and a catcher has so many efforts to catch that they used to charge him errors on what we now call wild pitches and fast balls. But they just made a separate category of fielding mistakes. Third, second, Blanchard is first. Howard swings. There's a hot one. Bouncer to the shortstop. The throw to second to Adair. Gets Blanchard to the fourth. So they finally get Area out 1. Calls to the threat. No runs, 2 hits. And the score at the end of 6.5 in the second game at Baltimore. The Yankees 3 and the Orioles 1.
A beer must be icily light. Ooh, icily light. With true lager flavor, precisely right. Ooh, precisely right. Lively golden, crystally clear. The crisp refresher. Crisp refresher. Valentine beer.
Pleasure is the purpose of the crisp refresher. Your first swallow and everyone to follow is light and crisp and golden. So pour pleasure. Pour today's Valentine.
Oh, clap your hands, tap your feet, snap your fingers, and ask the man for Valentine. The crisp refresher, Valentine beer.
Since 1840,
America's finest.
Half of the 7th inning, Gus Triandos to be first up. After Triandos, then Earl Robinson, and then Dick Williams. Bud Daly on the mound for New York. With a 3-1 lead. Pitch to Triandos is on the outside, ball 1. Jim Coates is staying ready in the Yankee bullpen. Hawk wants to cut this thing to 1. Curveball is over. Ball strike, 1-1. Baltimore won the first game back of Steve Barber, 1-0, and Detroit won its ball game with Los Angeles 6-2. Knuckleball, foul back. 1-2. The last time for the seventh. Crowd 31,317 paid. Another knuckleball, another foul tip. I guess as Triano's is talking to himself, he has to catch knuckles. Now he's got to hit at it. Well, at the end of 4 innings, Cincinnati 7, Pittsburgh nothing. It was a long inning out there. There's a foul tip off Howard's right hand, I think, wasn't it? No, it was off of his mask, and I thought for a second that Ellie was going to look at his right hand, but no, he smacked that mask off. The Reds came up with 7 runs in the 4th inning to go ahead 7-0. Gene Freese hit a homer with 2 on. They got Friend out of there, and Labine replaced him. A lot of runs for O'Toole to have now. With the tricks that they're playing for, pitches inside, ball 2. The Cubs beat the Dodgers last night. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3. Got the fastball over the outside, and Triano just turns and slowly walks away. It's 8 strikeouts for Daly. He's got something. He's count up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And he's had a strikeout at least in every inning. Now we have Earl Robinson, hustling young right fielder, 1 for 2. Daly studies Howard's sign. Left-handed pitcher. There's the knuckleball over for a strike. 0-1. Pitch is swung on, foul back. Strike 2. Daly pitching with a 3-1 lead. High inside. Ball white. Straightened him up. Left-handed deals, and there's the foul back. Hit to the fastball. 1-2. Caparella gets a new supply of baseballs. Robinson doesn't actually get out of batter's box. He just stays up there. Daly's letting him wait. Hitter's pumping. Now Daly himself pumps pitches, and there is a fly ball along the right field foul line. It is coming down foul. Out of play. Fastball was almost half in. 1-2. One down. Pitch outside. Ball 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Daly deals way wide on the outside. Good hard. Ball 3. 3-2. 1 out, nobody on. Studying Howard's sign. The knuckleball strikes him out swinging. striking a lot of lumber. That's 9. Well, here is the latest local weather report that our engineer, Joe Cooper, just got for us. Temperature is now 68. It's dropping. The humidity is still high, 90%. The wind is anywhere from 10 to 18 miles per hour. And after midnight, it's increased to 30 to 40. Forecast is occasional light rain tonight. Rain becoming heavy after midnight. Heavy rain and gale winds tomorrow. But now it's Dick Williams, 6 strikes, and 6 outside, ball 1. It's off Howard Smith. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. The runoff Daly was Hanson hitting his first pitch in the 3rd inning for a home run. One pitch, swung on and missed, sharp third. 1-2. Foul back. Still 1-2. Daly has had very good stuff. Left-hander rock. Deals. Struck a ball that's hit high out into short left field. Here's Barrett coming over close to the wall, and he makes the catch in fair ground. That's the 3rd out on the side. At the end of 7, then, it is a 3-10-0 for New York, 1-4-2 for Baltimore. And we'll pause for station identification.
This is WOKO, Albany, New York, 1460 on the dial, where you always hear the very best of everything.
Minnesota has just won at Washington 3-1. Kansas City took the first at Cleveland 6-0 back of Jim Archer. And at the end of 7 of the second, it is Cleveland 6, Kansas City 2. Bell is pitching this to the Indians. Detroit won this afternoon at home from Los Angeles 6-2. At the end of 5 1/2, it is the White Sox 3 and the Red Sox 1. End of 4 innings, Cincinnati with a big explosion in the 4th, 7. Pittsburgh, nothing. End of 5 1/2, St. Louis 1, Philadelphia, nothing. This afternoon, San Francisco 10, San Francisco 11, Milwaukee 10. And it's too early yet for anything on the Cub game out at Los Angeles. This one is 3-1 favor of the Yankees because the fellow who's leading off the 8th inning, Skowron, homered in the 4th after Howard had singled. Kenny Brown, who started and still with us, delivers, and the Moose cuts and hits the ground ball down to short. Hanson up with it. The throw over to Gentile is in time, and the Moose is quickly out. The crowd responds rather derisively because Hanson has been charged with 2 throwing errors this season, second game. David Boyer, third baseman, 0 for 2. Roland Sheldon is now throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Pitches over for a strike. Of course, it may be that he's just loosening up because first Clevenger and then Coates were obviously the long men out of the bullpen. As the curveball hit down the short, Hanson grabs this one, fires again to first in time, and Boyer's out, and we have 2 down. And you know what's going to happen if they need somebody. Little round man with a screwball. How can the Yankees want this? They want to choke this thing off as soon as they can. Big hand for Daly, who's been just pitching away, giving up 1 run. Of course, Whitey Ford gave up 1 run in the first game, and it cost him. Barber didn't allow any scoring. Daly, left 10-hitter, hits the first pitch, a line drive over third into left field for a base hit. And he's on with a single. That gives him 1 for 3. Single to left. This is the 11th Yankee hit. Now we have Richardson 0 for 4. Daly says he doesn't want a jacket. But Moses is coming out there with it anyhow, and finally Moses says he wants you to put it on. It's cool. So Daly puts it on. There's something about it, you know, when you say the manager says do it. Bobby hit the ground ball foul outside third. Strike one. It's like Campanella talking about catching for different managers. And he says the general rule, for example, Austin won't give you anything bench, but Gresham and DeRocha, they would often order a pitch. And Roy would say, well, they'd give me the order, and I'd practice to the pitch, and he'd shake his head, and he said, I didn't hesitate. I'd go out there, and I'd say, look, this ain't from me. This is from the boss. There's a line drive into left field. Base hit. Daly moves down second, holds on. Draw Richardson, who is collecting a lot of hits this year, more than anybody else on the club. That's another. Hit number 12 off Brown, and now we have Tony Kubek with Maris on deck. Two men down, 3-1 New York. Let up pitches high outside. Tony's 1 for 4. Yankees leading 3-1. Daly at second, Richardson at first. As the curveball popped up. The shortstop, Hanson, moving back. He has it, and that's that. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Score and the 7.5 second game. Yankees 3, Orioles 1.
To be crisp, a beer must be icily light. The crisp refresher is icily light. With true lager flavor, precisely right. The crisp refresher, precisely right. Lively golden, crystally clear. The crisp refresher, Valentine beer.
With your first swallow and everyone to follow, today's Valentine delivers a sunny, mellow taste that really refreshes. Since people know quality when they taste it, over 5 million glasses of Valentine beer are enjoyed every day.
So clap your hands, tap your feet, snap your fingers. And that's the word for Valentine. The crisp refresher. Valentine beer.
Since 1840,
America's finest.
Half of the 8th inning, it'll be Hanson, the shortstop, then Brown, or a hitter. It looks like Dave Phillips moved out on deck to hit for Brown. So after 8 innings, Hal is finished. Hanson, counted for the only run, home run. Hit it back in the 3rd inning. But in the 4th, Howard singled and Cowan homered, and it's been 3-1 ever since. Pitch is high outside, ball 1. Joe Ripley just come over here with a bulletin that said Paul Richards, the former manager here, who is now the general manager down at Houston, of one of the clubs that is to be in the National League next year, just announced that Harry Clapp will be the field manager for the Houston Colts. Clapp has been one of these fellows who manages yet isn't the manager with the Cubs this year. There's a foul back. Back to you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2. Swung on a high pop-up. Third baseman Boyer waiting right in his track. He has it. One down. Last for the 8th. 3-1 in favor of the Yankees. And Dave Philly.
Your attention, please. For Baltimore, batting for Brown, number 22, Dave Philly.
Philly set a record this year, Major League record for the most pinch hits. He's an indestructible fella. He's past 40. Switch hitter batting right-handed, takes a tall strike. Knuckleball swung on, hit down second off Richardson's glove. He can't come up with it, and Philly is on. It's a single. Hit number 5 now for the Orioles, and as a runner, this is the 24th pinch hit for Philly. In other words, every time he hits one, he has his own record. 24 just announced over the PA, and he gets a big hand as he cuts off. Snyder is running for Philly first base.
Number 9, Russ Snyder.
Robinson at the plate. And Louis Arroyo is up in the Yankee bullpen. Right, 3-1 New York. One out, runner at first. Robinson takes a strike, slider over the outside. Brooks has singled and doubled in 3 trips against Daly. Giving him more trouble than anybody else. Pitch is low. Ball 1. Daly set. Left-hander second first. Fields. There's the ball hit sharp to the third. Boy up for the down to second. Richardson on to third. Double play. That's the Yankees' 171st DP. So that put that inning to bed. 5-4-3. 1 hit. End of 8. It is 3-12-0 for New York. 1-5-2 for the Orioles. Now they've got to bring in a new man from the bullpen to face Marriage, and then Barra, and then Blanchard. It's Hoyt Wilhelm. So they just added one problem after another to Roger tonight. Wilhelm coming on with that fabulous knuckleball. That's a hard pitch to hit. Mr. Wilhelm knows how to throw it. Minnesota beat Washington 3-1. Kansas City won the first, Cleveland 6-0. End of 7 in the second. It is 6-2 Cleveland. Detroit won this afternoon 6-2 from LA. End of 6.5 out of Chicago. The White Sox are leading Boston 3-1. At the end of 4.5, Cincinnati 7, Pittsburgh 1.
Number 15, Hoyt Wilhelm.
End of 6, the Cardinals 3, the Phillies nothing. Musial has just hit a home run with 1 off. Old man River. San Francisco outstaggered Milwaukee 11-10. And the Cub game out of Los Angeles not yet started. So Hoyt Wilhelm has taken over. 2 pitch the 9th inning. Maris and this long doubleheader for him has had an infield single and a base on ball. He just missed the home run against Brown in the 7th inning when he pulled it foul. He had the distance. Well, Wilhelm just about ready. He is ready. Veteran. He doesn't want to work with a baseball that he's got. So Paparella throws him another one. This is the knuckleball king. Pitch is outside, ball one. Daly, who throws an occasional knuckleball, is quite a contrast. Wilhelm, it's very rare you see him throw anything else. There's one that Roger cut on, didn't get. Wilhelm is 9-7. This is his 48th release time. Well, it's 48th game. He started some. Roger swings and misses at another one. Right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big right-handed deals, and Roger strikes out. Now we have Yogi Berra getting in. And you ought to see the fans now starting to go. They waited to see Maris's last at-bat. And all of a sudden, as though that somebody had given a signal, boom, exodus. I know years ago when China was in his heyday and was a big attraction about all they had in those days for Pittsburgh, the folks would wait over there then to see him for his last at-bat. Berra swings and misses on the knuckles, strike one. And then when they figured it was kind of his last time, they'd go. Berra swinging, fouls it out of play. Strike 2. 1 down. Yogi grinning a little bit, saying something to Paparella. Yogi's still visiting, sits back out. Pitch outside. Ball one. 1-2. One down. Right-hander works the curve. Fouled off. Good low inside. Of course, you can't always tell whether it's a curve or whether it's his knuckleball because he can make his knuckleball go different directions. I mean, he is the supreme artist with it. Depends on how he releases it. Bush has the ground ball, hit the short. Hanson up with it, and Berra's out. Short to first. 2 up, 2 down. We now have John Blanchard. Played right field in the second game. Mantle pinch hit and struck out to end the first game. He's got a heavy cold. The Yankees have been without his services except for that one occurrence. Two away, top of the ninth. The Orioles will have their big hitters up in the last half of the ninth. Beginning with the number 2 spot. 2, 3, 4. Pitches inside to Blanchard. Ball one. Wilhelm deals, and it's a strike. 1-1. Wilhelm wastes little time. Deals, and Blanchard fouls it off. Knuckleball again. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two out top of the ninth. 3-1 New York. Baltimore took the first one, 1-0. Maris has had an infield single for the evening. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, a bounce ball back to second. Nice stop by the shortstop. Go to first, and that's it. 1-2-3, and the score at the end of 8.5, game 2, remains New York 3, Baltimore 1.
Take along a six-pack, jolly, jolly six-pack. Take along a six-pack of 40 Valentine. You'll have 1 pack of cheer, 6 cans of beer, so crispy, refreshing anytime. Valentine, Valentine, so nice. Valentine, just right. It's a crisp, refresher Valentine. Happy are the hands holding Valentine in hand. Take a jolly six-pack, jolly, jolly six-pack home today.
Next time, take along a six-pack, a jolly six-pack of Valentine beer. It carries with ease, cools in a breeze. And best of all, it gives you 6 icy cold cans of the crisp refresher.
Take along a six-pack, jolly, jolly six-pack of ice cold Valentine beer.
Last half of the ninth inning, it'll be a day on. Then Brandt and Gentile. Bailey getting ready to go. Yankees 3, Orioles 1. First game, Baltimore 1, New York nothing. Bailey's pitch is wide. Fastball. Arroyo is staying ready in the Yankee bullpen, back of right center field. Bailey has struck out 9. There's a line drive right to shortstop Kubek. Well, that was a big out. 1 away. Last half of the ninth. Now we have Jackie Brandt, who is 0 for 3. We've had him stopped all evening. The Yankees can hold any part of this 2-run lead. Then they have cut the number to 1 and will have clinched nothing worse than a tie. Pitch is just outside. Ball 1. Knock the ball over for a strike. 1-1. Bailey after his 12th win. There is a quick slider for a called second strike. Just the knees. 1-2. The lead left-hander set. Deals. Knuckleball fouled off. 1-2. Took a lot of short pumping swings up there waiting. Now sets and swings, and it's a high fly ball into straightaway short center field. Let's see, second baseman Richardson is under it and has it. So the game is down to its last out. Jim Gentile, 0 for 3. He's had a rough night against first Ford and then Bailey. Yankees leading 3-1. Taking nothing for granted, Arroyo continues throwing in the bullpen. Bailey deals, and Gentile hits a high foul. Let's see, it may be playable over by the distance bench. Boyer is under it. He's got it, and it's clinched nothing worse than a tie. So, the number is 1. And Maris used up 2 of his 3 remaining games under the 154-game dictum laid down by the commission. For Bailey, it's his 12th win. And the losing pitcher, of course, is Brown. The totals are 3-12-0 for New York, 1-5-2 for Baltimore.